my name is Moshe Blatt. I'm a graduate of the combined program between the Jewish Theological Seminary and Columbia University. I started in 1962 and graduated in 1966. And I'd like to share right now what I feel about what's happening in Columbia. For me, Columbia and the Jewish Theological Seminary were profound, wonderful experiences. I got a really good education in both schools. And the education I've gotten now from Columbia keeps me going even today. The knowledge I acquired was really helpful. I got a Bachelor of Science in Experimental Psychology. I've learned how to create an experiment, how to factor out the things that are important and which from not. What am I looking for in the experiment? What do I measure? It's a really wonderful, wonderful lesson that I've gotten that is serving me for the rest of my life. And when I see what's happening now in Columbia University, it breaks my heart. I remember walking through the place with tremendous amount of reverence. The place is profoundly beautiful, and the people in it, the professors in it, were amazing human beings. And the place was like peaceful, and the students were there to study, not to create problems. And what I see now is the students are not really into being students. Education itself doesn't seem to be anything that I remember. And how sad it is that a good university got into this terrible state in which they're no longer teaching, they're sort of pushing trips on people. And the young that demonstrate, they have no idea what they're demonstrating about. All they know is they're full of hate and they were looking for someone to put it out. And the institution as itself will no longer be Columbia that I used to know. It may be a third-rate school. I would not send my kids to it. I don't recommend anybody sending their kids to it. Especially if not Jewish. If you're Jewish, what do you need this for? What are you going to learn there? That people hate you? That you have to be careful? That you have to watch out? That you can walk freely on the campus with your kippah if necessary? I used to, when we were in the Jewish Theological Seminary, we were traditional. No one ever bothered us about our kippot or our tzitzis. Freedom of thought, freedom of understanding, and freedom from low persecution, from hatred, totally unhinged, inappropriate for innocent people who want to go to school, paid a whole lot of money to go to school, and all they get is a month of hatred. So the school itself is collapsed. This kind of school cannot exist. The whole administration and all the professors who are not professors, they are just propagandists of sorts, pushing genocide, misunderstanding, and creating a generation of haters with no future. Nobody's going to put up with that. Sooner or later, they'll all be crushed, because that kind of evil cannot exist. So my advice to the Jewish parents who would think of sending their kids to one of these schools, don't. You're wasting your money. Send them to Jerusalem or Israel. There are a lot of great schools. Or Canada. There are a lot of great schools in the world. American schools used to be great when the culture had moral backbone. It has no longer moral backbone. A dog is dog and loud and baseless and meaningless and vulgar. If that's the kind of education the schools offer, forget it. Take the funding away from them. Don't give them a cent. Let them go. Let them go to the places they think they're so good for them. And they're misleading a whole generation of young people who are basically mindless, as I see it. I've studied this stuff for all my life. There are at least two sides to every coin. They don't see any one side. They just puke hatred. And they have been told, educated in that. And that's Ivy League education? Now, come on. It's scary. And so all those institutions I recommend be closed. Never mind giving fund. And don't send your kids there. And whatever money you put in, ask to get back. Bankrupt them. They did not give the kids any